Hello all, welcome to another quick learning. Today we're going back to work on the regular expressions tutorial. If you're joining this in the middle of a playlist, we're now on part 4. If you want to go back to the first part, I'll put a link in the description below so you can do that. Otherwise, I'm going to get started. So this is lesson 6 here, catching some Z's on regx1here.com, their tutorial. We've so far learned how to specify the range of characters we want to match, but how about the number of repetitions of characters that we want to match? One way you can do this is to explicitly spell out exactly how many characters we want. So if you write this 3 times, it's going to specifically do 3 times, which would match exactly 3 digits. More convenient way is to simplify how many repetitions of each character we want using the curly braces notation. So this is the curly brace here. So we're specifying this, we want 3 A's in a row. We'll match the character exactly 3 times. Certain regular expression engines will even allow you to specify a range for this repetition, such as this. So this will match the A character no more than 3 times, but no less than once, for example. So 1 to 3 times, that's what that means, the previous character. This quantifier can be used with any character or special meta characters, for example, W and then 3 W's, or you can use the bracket notation, so it could be any of these characters here, W, X, or Y, 5 times. And also, this dot character means between 2 and 6 of any character, so the dot means any character, and this means between 2 and 6. In the lines below, the last string with only one Z isn't what we would consider a proper spelling of the slang "what's up." Try writing a pattern that matches only the first 2 spellings by using the curly brace notation above. All right. So we're trying to match these 2, but make sure we don't match this one. So we know that it's going to start with a W and an A. So you can see it's matching this part of it because it's showing up in green. And we don't want it to match this. It currently is because it's showing in red. And then we want the Z. Actually, I can just put Z. And then I'll put the curly brace. And we'll say 2 to 6. Let's go. More than 6 is too many Z's, let's say. And then we can do the up at the end, and that'll match the whole thing. All right, so that is matching those first 2 and not the last one, which is what we want. If we want to see what their solution was, we can put it here. So there are a couple of Z's in the first 2 lines. So they did 3 to 5. So I guess they wanted at least 3 and only up to 5. But either way, it still works. So let's go ahead and continue. So lesson 9, Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. If you remember the old commercials, a lot of you are probably too young. The powerful concept in regular expressions is the ability to match an arbitrary number of characters. For example, imagine that you wrote a form that has a donation field that takes a numerical value in dollars. A wealthy user may drop by and want to donate $25,000, while a normal user may want to donate $25,000. One way to express such a pattern would be to use what is known as the clean star and the clean plus, which essentially represents either 0 or more or 1 or more of the character that it follows. It always follows a character or group. For example, to match the donations above, we can use the pattern /D star. So if you're confused by what these mean, there's this cheat sheet over here of the notes. So /D is any digit, so any number. And the star here is 0 or more repetitions. So it could be 0 or more of any digit to match any number of digits, but a tighter regular expression would be the -D plus. The plus here you can see is 1 or more repetitions, so there has to be at least 1 of a digit in that sequence, which ensures that the input strings has at least 1 digit. Okay, so these quantifiers can be used with any character or special meta characters. For example, A plus is 1 or more A's, A, B, or C here in the brackets, plus 1 or more of any A, B, or C characters, and the dot, which is any character, you can see over here, any character. Star, 0 or more of any character. Below are a few simple strings that you can match using both the star and the plus meta characters. So we want to match the first 3 here, and we want to not match the last one, so we got to type in a pattern here. So I'll give you a second to think about what that pattern might be, and then I'll show you what I would do. All right, so we're trying to do this star and plus. So if we put in an A, you see it's matching these first 3 and the last one, which we don't want. But you can see these have more than one A. So we're going to put in another A, and we're going to do a plus. So now you can see it's matching these first 3 because you got the first A, and then this A plus is going to match 1 or more A's after that. So it can match 4, it can match 2, but it can't match 1 because the first A is counted by this one, and then you're going to need at least one additional A based on this A plus. All right, and then you could do B star, because in this case there's no B's, so the star means you could have 0 of that previous character. And this one, we've got 1 and 4, it looks like. And then for the C, it looks like we always have a C, at least one C, so we'll do C plus, and that'll work there. And then we can see what the solution down below was. So there are at least 2 A's, zeros and more, and so it kind of gave us, yeah, it looks like we got the same answer. So A to match the first A, then A plus to have 1 or more additional A's, B star 0 or more B's, and then C plus means there's 1 or more C's. You could also put it like this, where you specify the exact number of each one. So A, you're going to have 2 to 4, B, you're going to have 0 to 4, and C, you're going to have 1 or 2. All right, so that's the next part of the lesson. So I'm going to stop here, but you can join later as I post more videos. If you want to see those videos, go ahead and subscribe and like my channel. That would be much appreciated. Otherwise, thank you very much.